Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on the channel. This is another aircraft I also grew up with. You hear it? Hear the engine? Sorry. I don't know if you just heard, but it was actually just one of these Airbus 320s that just left to Orlando in Florida. Sometimes he usually does that probably it does only a few times when it goes for flights like that. Sorry about that. I just wanted to hear the Airbus 320's engines. So now this we're going to introduce this one. This is another plane I also grew up with. So as you know, not to be confused because there's a lot of variants of this aircraft, but let's just say that this is the regular F-18 Hornet, as you know. So this is technically the regular F-18 Hornet. So this all started, I think, because as soon as we made the F-16, we needed an aircraft that could land on carriers and everything as well. Back in I think in the 1980s, definitely, because the F-15 and the F-16 were just taking over the skies, but we needed one for carrier-based versions. I think we had developed it originally from the F-5 Freedom Fighter. That it was developed then, but this particular aircraft was originally developed from a prototype lightweight fighter aircraft that was actually developed from the F-5 Freedom Fighter. It was called the Northrop YF-17, nicknamed Cobra. That it was that's the aircraft that would transform into the regular F-18 Hornet. It was transformed to the regular F-18 Hornet. It was going to be the VFAX project, which was called the Naval Fighter Attack Experimental and Lightweight Fighter Program. And the regular F-18 Hornet made its first flight in 1978 in November 18th, and it became so popular, like it was used during a few wars that was going on, like during the during the 1991, the Gulf War, during the 1986 United States bombing of Libya. They actually entered service in 1983 to replace the A7 Corsair 2s, and there were the last remaining F4 Phantom 2s as well. Then it participated during the 1991 Gulf War, Operation Desert Storm, during the 1986 United States bombing of Libya. Then it did operations over Bosnia and also Kosovo, and in the 2003 Iraq War, Operation Iraqi Freedom, and the follow operations also in the Middle East. And it was the baseline for the newer generation aircraft. For the new one there was a new wider version, which was called the FA-18E and F Super Hornet, which is a powerful version from the regular F-18 Hornet right here. So as that thing came into the picture, it was still operating alongside with these F-18 Hornets. And then it retired and because of that plane getting into service, it retired the older F-14 Tomcats to be replaced by the Super Hornet. But the Navy had just retired their regular F-18 Hornets in 2019. Also, the Blue Angels had retired theirs in 2019 to be replaced by the Super Hornet. And at the same time, the F-35C Lightning, which is a carrier-based version from a regular F-35, also came into the carrier fleet too to replace those aging F-18 Hornets. Very nice. And there's also a license built ones built in Canada that was called the CF-18 Hornet. I saw one of them. It came to this area here at the ABE before. This was back in like 2017, I think, somewhere definitely in August. It was in the summer, I think, or unless if it was in September or October. It was definitely 2017. I remember for sure that there was one time when a CF-18 Hornet came to my area before, and when I was like, because that time I was around 12. I was 12 actually. I was 12, and that was the first time I get to see an actual fighter jet, and it was a CF-18 Hornet. I could not believe my eyes, and it was loud too. When I was passing by, it was the best. I even got close to it too. I even got in the cockpit because it was a single pilot, and I met the pilot who flew the CF-18 Hornet. It was very cool. It was the best time of like my childhood life. I just never thought I would get to see a plane like that ever come here in person. It was the best. And the only thing in the U.S. that are only operating these older F-18 Hornets are actually ones from the Marine Corps. That's it. The U.S. Marine Corps are the ones that currently operate these older F-18 Hornets, while they're slowly being replaced by the new F-35B Lightning, which is like a Harrier version. And there are other countries that operate these older F-18 Hornets, like Canada, like the Royal Canadian Air Force. They even operate ones under license that they call the CF-18 Hornet. The Finnish Air Force that was based in Finland. They currently operate the older F-18 Hornets. Kuwait Air Force also currently operates the older F-18 Hornets as well. Royal Malaysian Air Force currently operates them. Even Spanish Air Force based in Spain, and even Switzerland are the ones that currently operate these older F-18 Hornets as well. Still in service probably even in the future. They're the best aircraft of the world. Anyway, thank you guys so much for the video, and stay tuned.